Welcome to Road America. We're at the Mama Spring Rally and we're about to drive this 2024 BMW M3 Competition xDrive. This is George here from BMW and I'm going to try to mention the specs. Just correct me if I get anything wrong. So it's got the 3-liter twin turbocharged S58 engine in competition trim. It makes 503 horsepower. I think it's 479 pound-feet of torque, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there.
And with the xDrive all-wheel drive system, this weighs like around 3,900 pounds, getting really close to 2 tons. I recently drove a base M3 manual rear-wheel drive, and that car I believe makes 30 horsepower less. So it'll be interesting to see how this all-wheel drive system behaves out on the track. The video I just put out on the rear-wheel drive manual, my claim is that it's probably the best fast daily you can buy brand new for under 100 grand.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if that still holds true with the xDrive. Are we okay to put it in Sport Plus?
BMW asked us to leave it in Sport.
Leave it in Sport?
Yeah.
Okay. And does that force us to not be able to adjust the M traction?
Correct.
Okay. Little unfortunate, but that's okay. We only have about 80% of a lap here anyways. Just gonna get a little taste of the car. Parking brakes off. It's just amazing what manufacturers can do nowadays with super heavy 2-ton cars and make them feel like they're a lot lighter than they actually are. Brakes are so sensitive. Wow, this car is so fast. It's so like effortless to drive. The 8-speed ZF transmission is honestly, it's close to faultless. Like it shifts as quick as most dual clutches.
It is the most fun ride here.
And I really like how the all-wheel drive system, it doesn't feel like it's there purely for safety.
True.
Like you can still drive it like you sort of drive a rear-wheel drive car, only now you have way more traction. I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm a manual diehard and I'm a rear-wheel drive diehard. But those two things, this car doesn't have. It has a ZF 8-speed auto and it has all-wheel drive. And yet somehow I think this car makes more sense in this configuration.
But it feels right.
It just feels right, yeah. With the manual transmission, sometimes I feel like I'm just holding the car back a little bit too much.
True.
My only complaint, 2 complaints with this car, and this is nothing new, I've said this in other reviews, but number 1 is the steering. It's very, very accurate, but it doesn't have a whole lot of feedback through the wheel. And then number 2, the brakes are really sensitive on the initial push of the throttle. I think that's something I could get used to, but I found myself braking a little too hard too early in going into some of the corners. But other than that, I mean, the fact that you can do some ridiculous lap times in this car on track and then drive it home in comfort with people in the back seat is pretty incredible.
It is.
Well, thank you, George. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
G80 M3. This is probably my 5th or 6th time now, and it never fails to impress me. Like, honestly, the combination of speed, but actually fun as well. You wouldn't think a 2-ton car could be so fun to drive, but this really does handle like it's so much lighter.
It is, yeah.
And then that plus the daily drivability, as long as you can live with the front end. A lot of people don't like it, but I gotta say, I was one of those people in the beginning, but the more and more I've seen this car and driven this car in person, the more it's grown on me.
It grows on you.
If I had a car like this, I would lower it about 1 inch, give it some wider wheels, and then I think I would actually really like how it looks.
True. I already like it. How
You already like
it
it, yeah. All right, guys, let me know what you think about the G80 M3 xDrive Competition. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next one.